Hi, welcome to Ellibelle Yoga with Janice. Thank you so much for joining me. Something a little bit different this evening. We're going to do a bedtime yoga practice, but we're going to give it a go doing it on our beds. If you feel comfortable doing that, if you'd rather do it on the floor, that's absolutely fine. It's a really good way to unwind at the end of the day and really helps to promote a good night's sleep. Or it might just be a case of you needing to relax. So, just sitting cross-legged or with your legs straight out in front if that's more comfortable. Hands resting on the knees. Just take a couple of really deep, slow breaths here. Remembering to draw that air down through the chest, the side ribs, the back, all the way down into your tummy and lower back. So remember, as you breathe in, your tummy should expand along with your chest, and as you exhale, they both contract, pushing that air from the body. See if you can maybe get to a count of 4 for each inhale and exhale. Lengthening through the spine. It's quite easy to slouch when you're in bed. Just keep lengthening, drawing the shoulders back. Well done. We're going to bring the feet out in front. Now, we're going to start with our legs bent, and you can keep them quite considerably bent here. We're going to lengthen through the spine to really feel that action through the back of the neck, all the way down to the tailbone. And on your next exhale, you're going to round the back and give those legs a good hug. Now, whilst we're here, try not to let the shoulders shrug up towards the ears. We still want to keep them drawing back and down. And if, like me, your head doesn't quite get to your knees, you can always pop a little cushion or pillow in there if that helps make it feel a bit more comfortable. On your next exhale, just lengthen the legs out a little bit further. You can still absolutely keep them bent, but if you want to, you can straighten them out a little bit. We're going to inhale the arms up and exhale forwards. Now you've got a few options with your arms here. You can hold onto your thighs, your calves. You might reach down towards your feet or your toes. You might just let the hands rest beside the legs. And with each inhale, lengthening through that spine. It's quite easy to lose that lengthening. Lengthen, draw the shoulders back. And then exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Lengthen on the inhale, fold a little bit deeper on the exhale. Well done. Inhale up. We're going to do a twist now. So we're going to bring that right leg in towards you, keeping the left leg not completely straight. It's pretty tricky to do that on your bed. We're going to hug that right knee with the left arm, right hand just behind the bottom. We inhale, lengthen. Exhale, just casting your gaze over towards your shoulder. Now you might not be able to get completely round looking over your shoulder. That's fine, just go as far as is comfortable. And again, lengthening on that inhale. And just breathing out into that twist a little bit further, a little bit deeper. This isn't about forcing yourself around with your arms. Try and use that core strength and control to exhale and draw into that twist. Well done. Inhale, come back to center. Let's change sides. Hugging the left leg with the right arm this time. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, looking back towards the left shoulder. Remembering, inhale, lengthen, drawing the crown of the head up. And exhale, use the core to draw you in a little bit deeper. Well done. Inhale, back to center. We're going to come into one of the most restful asanas now. Balasana, child's pose. Really nice to do on your bed. You might just want a cushion or pillow beside you in case you don't feel comfortable with your face resting on a softer surface with the duvet and everything. So just keep a pillow to hand. You can just raise yourself up. And also if you can't quite get your head to the ground, bring the ground up towards you using your props. So inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, bring fingertips down and just gradually walk them out until the head lowers. Just as low as you can, don't force it down to the floor. So remember, our toes are together here, our knees are open, and play around that space between your knees. See what you need today. Use those props if you need to. Now we have to change our breathing a little bit here because we're compressing the tummy. So we're still drawing down through the chest, the side ribs, the back ribs, but we also need to draw that breath down into the lower back because we can't bring it into the tummy very easily here. It takes quite a bit of practice to be able to do that. So just imagine and picture the journey that your breath is taking down through your body from the nose, and just follow it and see if you can draw it down to your lower back. On your next inhale, slowly walk yourself back up, take your time, and then we're going to come down onto our backs into another twist. So just lying yourselves down, bring the knees up so they're over the hips, take the arms out to the sides. Nice deep inhale, engaging through the core area and the lower back. Exhale the knees down towards the right. And don't worry too much about where your knees land. It doesn't matter if they're up here. You can pop one down a little bit if it's just a bit too much. You can bring your feet down to the floor. Just do what works for you. Just keeping those shoulders firmly planted on your bed or your mat. And if you want to increase the twist, you can gaze over to your left. But just listen to your neck, see how it's feeling. And what I like to do during these recline twists is really try and draw the breath all the way down through the back, along the spine, And it gives me a really, really nice stretch and sort of a decompression feeling through the spinal area. Well done. Inhale back to center. And we're going to exhale down to the other side. Again, just playing around with your leg position. Shoulders firmly planted into the bed. And expanding the breath down through the back, along the spine. Well done. Inhale back to center. Give those knees a nice hug in, gentle rock side to side. Now we're going to do waterfall pose next, which is really beautiful and restful. Now I'm going to do it laying across my bed, but if your bed is along a wall and the headboard isn't too thick or deep, then you can absolutely just use the wall instead. It's actually a little bit easier and a little bit more restful. But I'm just going to use some props here instead, just to elevate my hips. Just to make it a little bit easier for me to keep my legs up. So what we're looking to do here is to raise the legs. Even if you're up against the wall, you can still use some props under the hips to help you do that. The legs do not need to be straight. If you need to bend them, that's absolutely fine. We keep feet flexed, so that means our toes are pulling down towards our face. And what we want to try and do is get into a position where we're not having to hold the legs there. We're not really having to make a conscious effort. They're almost just kind of hanging out. And that's why up against the wall is a little bit easier because we don't really have to do much work to keep them there. Well done. This is a really lovely asana for just moving that stale energy from our feet and our legs, getting our circulation going, and just taking some of that pressure off of our legs. We spend so much time in an upright position, just giving our feet and legs a bit of added care here and love. If you'd like to remain here in this position for a little bit longer, you can absolutely do that. If you'd rather bring the legs down and come into Shavasana, that's another option for you. Just letting the feet and the legs roll outwards, palms facing up, slightly away from the body. Take a moment to notice how you're feeling now. Have a wonderful sleep.